Hey everyone, it's Bakublitz back again with the third video on Bottleman. Today we have, completely gonna butcher this, but Gyokurock, I believe is how you're supposed to say it. I don't know, this one has the hardest name to pronounce, at least for me. But yeah, let's crack him open. This one is probably my favorite appearance-wise. Either this guy or Kolomaru is my favorite in terms of appearance. There we go. So yeah, let's get him out. And there's that. I'm already really liking this yellow color. So yeah, let me get them all put together, and I'll be right back. And here is Gyokuroku's core. I'm going to try to avoid saying his name for the rest of the video. But of course, the armor goes on the same way as all the others. So just put the helmet on, slide the arms on. This one's kind of being stubborn. Come on. There we go. And the feet. So there he is. Let me get all the stickers on. And here is Gyokurock, all put together with the stickers. Again, I'm probably butchering that name, but yeah, here he is. He is clearly a samurai, and the drink he is based off of is the Japanese tea. Right off the bat, I think appearance-wise, this guy is my favorite out of the first three Bottlemen. I really like the kind of eye patch he's got going on over there. I like the whole samurai aesthetic, the sheaths and the swords. Yeah. I also like the yellow. I like all the colors used on this guy. He looks fantastic. So yeah, he's probably my favorite, at least appearance-wise. Performance-wise, I don't really know. I don't know which ones I like the best, performance-wise. Unlike the other two Bottleman we have looked at, Gyokurock has nothing really special with the hold parts, which is, kind of a shame, but not much they can do for a control type. And as a control type, you can see that these two swords at the front attached to his arms do kind of make a barrel, but it's not all that effective, because it's going to be hard to get on camera, because when you shoot, they spread out quite a bit. So it's more aesthetic than anything. It doesn't really affect performance all that much, but it does look cool. And if you're sitting from above, it does actually help you kind of see where you're shooting. You're not like crouched down and using the head as a sight. Speaking of which, you do get kind of like a crosshair at the top, which is nice. Another gimmick with the arms is these little sheaths. Add a little bit more of a stability to him. So yeah, kind of like Aqua Sports, Gyokurock does have little stoppers that stop you from pushing in his arms too much, but those are on the bottom, so they're kind of hard to see. These little bits right here, those will make contact with the core make it so you can't really push it in and have add that much more power, I should say. The trigger pad is kind of in between in size to Kolomaru and Aqua Sports. I do like it more than the Aqua Sports trigger pad, but I like Kolomaru's more, not just because it's bigger, but also kind of has this curve to it, which Gyokurock doesn't have. It's very flat, so it kind of feels like your fingers are slipping off sometimes. Almost forgot to mention the swords at the front are removable, but unlike Aqua Sports, I don't see any reason why you would want to remove the swords, but you can if you want to. Gyokurock does kind of feel like he has more power than Kolomaru when shooting each of them normally, but when you account for Kolomaru's kind of spin and the fact that you can push it in, Kolomaru does end up having more power, but it is worth noting that Kolomaru does actually shoot pretty weak when you're just kind of shooting him normally, whereas Gyokurock actually has quite a nice shot in shooting him normally. And I probably should mention this since I didn't in the Kolomaru video, but when you're pushing in on the claws to add more power, you should be a little careful with it. I have seen some people break their Kolomarus because they push in on these hold parts way too much. So be careful when adding like the little pressure to Kolomaru. Not much else to say about Gyokurock. I feel like control types inherently aren't as interesting as speed types or power types, at least in terms of gimmicks. But they tend to be a lot more consistent when it comes to performance. So that's nice. And like I said, this guy's probably my favorite appearance-wise. So I do still like him quite a lot, even if he doesn't have the super cool spin shot or the rollers that Aqua Sports and Kolomaru have, because he makes up for it by just looking awesome. So yeah, that's it for my video on Gyokurock and finishing off the first 3 Bottleman releases. I will do any more that come up in the future, so look out for those. And that's about it. See you guys in the next video.